Hi guys, it's come to my attention that most of my videos are quite full of humour, and that's just who I am. I like to be funny. I've always been a bit of a clown. But I was thinking last night that actually a lot of people aren't going to be finding it funny if they're faced with the prospect of just getting a new stoma, having an ostomy for the rest of their lives, or even a temporary one. So today I'm going to talk about the serious side of stomas. You are most likely going to have some dark days. I was walking around in a sort of zombie state just before my surgery. It was hard enough getting that cancer diagnosis and then being told that actually you will have to have a permanent stoma, not a temporary one, because that was an option at the beginning of my journey. I was living in a bit of a robotic, get on with things every day, don't think about it kind of way. I went into hospital. I came out of surgery and it was just all really intense. I was in intensive care. I was in for about 5 days, and during that whole time I remember people coming in, the nurses talking to me. I had some visitors. I don't remember all the details because of the painkillers. And then I went to the ward, and that was when it really sunk in. I hadn't even dared to look down at my stomach. I could not face it. I could not believe that I'd lost a part of my body that I'd always had. And it's funny because rectal cancer isn't something that people recognise all that much. We don't talk about it as much. You know, there are other cancers that seem to take the spotlight much more. And I think that's to do with the whole poo thing. It is a taboo subject. There is a stigma attached to going to the toilet. As soon as the curtains were drawn on that first day in the shared ward, I could not stop myself from crying, sobbing, wailing. I was grieving. I was grieving for a part of my body that I knew I'd never have back. I was grieving thinking about the fact that I was going to poo out of my belly. I mean, it is mind-boggling, so mind-boggling. What can they do these days with surgery? It is absolutely amazing, but at the same time, I couldn't believe that had happened to me. Nobody gave me a long book to read. I didn't have a set of instructions that I could follow for my own mental health. I've had mental health problems for about 20 years to cope with, and then this comes along. And I'm going about my business in my zombie-like state, and then all of a sudden I've had my surgery. I have got this thing on my belly. My insides are now on my outside. I've got to have this cumbersome bag. It isn't cumbersome, but that was the way I felt then. I can only imagine what each and every person who watches this is going to go through. Everybody's journey is so individual. And I really am lucky and blessed that I have been able to come to terms and accept my stoma as well as I have. I've turned it into a really positive thing, and in fact it's kind of turned my life around, because before I would never have gone onto YouTube. This really is a new thing for me, bearing my face for the whole world to see. And I know that I'm lucky, and I have talked to people that are still not comfortable with it a few years after they've had their stoma. I've spoken to people that know people that have had their stoma for years and years, and they still don't like it. And nobody can guarantee that you're going to feel okay about it, but you will be able to deal with it. You will be able to deal with the bag changes, with the poo. You're going to get used to it. There aren't going to be accidents every single day. There will be accidents. We all have accidents. But whether you've got an ileostomy or an ileostomy for American people, a colostomy or a urostomy, you will get used to it. You're going to get through those dark days, and hopefully you've got a really great support network. And if you don't, try and make one. Go to a support group. If you haven't got a support group near you, and if you've got the time and energy, think about making your own support group. That's what I'm going to be doing when I've gone through my next round of treatments for my cancer. I can't wait to start a support group. It will be good for me. It will be good for other people. And I think if you can build that support network, it will be invaluable to you. There's no getting away from the fact that this is a massive surgery. This is a massive move. You have got life-changing things ahead of you. But if I can tell you one piece of advice, it is just to believe. Try your hardest. Don't give up hope. Have faith and believe that you will get used to things. And as I say at the end of all my videos, just ask me any questions that you feel the need to ask. There really aren't any stupid questions, you know. If I can't find the answer, then we can try and find somewhere that we can find the answer together. You know, whatever I can do to help you, I am more than happy to do. So hold on to that faith and that hope and that belief that you are going to be okay. Take care, guys. Good luck with everything. Toodaloo.